and Jenny were surveying along Jayhawk, and then there was this girl, and like I just asked her to take the survey, and it was like pretty standard. We went through the whole thing, and she said that she wanted to know what the Bible said about how to get to heaven. So I took out the 2Q, and as I was going through it, Jenny walked up and started helping, and we were just like,
hold on, this is a 2Q. If you haven't seen it, it's this little trap. That's what that is. It's not like a candy bar or something.
a lot of Milky Way gave it to her. But we were just going through it, and like as we were going through it, just like giving analogies, and I think Jenny shared part of her story. And I asked her if she had any questions, and she was like, "No, like I'm probably just gonna believe you." And I'm like, "Sweet."
No, look, that's amazing. Like when you were telling me this yesterday, I was like, wow, like this girl basically said, just I don't really know what I'm doing. You just tell me, I'll believe it, basically.
Yeah, it was really cool. And so, like, at the end of it, we got to the question where it says, like, at this time, are you willing to give your life to Christ? And she was like, yes. And at first I was kind of like, okay, I don't really know if she, like, gets it. And I think Jenny got that, too, at first, because she just was, like, immediate, like, yes. And Jenny was like, okay, like, what does that mean to you, like, in your own words? And, well, first I was like, do you have any questions? She's like, no, it's really straightforward. And Jenny's like, do you have, like, what does that mean in your own words? And she was like, well, basically just that it doesn't matter what I want anymore, and it's all about what God wants.
Come on.
And I was like, yeah, girls, like, then we're like, okay, like, you know, like, we can pray together, and, like, we pulled her aside, and I was like, I shared my story with her and told her, like, how important it was to get involved in the community, and told her about, like, Midwest and Morning Star, and asked if, like, it would be okay if, like, we got her to go to a Bible study and stuff, because after you make this decision, like, you need people to, like, help you live it out. And she was at first kind of, like, hesitant to do that. Like, she was like, well, I already go to a church, and it's a Methodist church, and I don't know. And then Jenny, like, asked her, like, I just want to make sure, like, you understand this. Like, I think it'll help. Like, are you ready to, like, make God your master and, like, let him, like, choose, like, your mission and your mate, like, the most important things, you know, like, are you ready to do that? And she's like, yeah, like, I want to give God my future, like, I want to give him my past. So, like, she was, like, ready, and so we prayed with her, and she gave her life to Christ. She just prayed the prayer that was, like, on the 2Q. She was like, I really like what this says. I'm just going to read this. Yeah, right? So, like, she did that. And then afterwards, she was, like, writing down her information. We're meeting her for lunch today, and then she, like, marked. She's like, actually, I do want to be in a Bible study. So she's going to try and come tonight. She has, like, a study group, which we're meeting her for lunch with Amanda, who's one of the students at Midwest. And then we're going to try and get her connected.
I feel like we crossed her path at, like, the perfect time, because, like, we didn't, like, spend that much time talking to her. Probably it was, like, maybe 10 minutes before she decided that she wanted to give her life to the Lord, and we were, like, it was just awesome to think about maybe, like, where God had taken her to the point where she was, like, ready. There's no hesitation. She was like, yeah, I want to do that. And we were like, wait, do you know what you're doing? She was like, so we're, like, walking through it, she totally understood it. It was just, like, she, like, prayed out in front of, like, people walking by. We were like, can you just go to the side and pray? She's like, it's totally fine. So we, like, prayed, like, right on Jayhawk, and it was awesome. It was really cool, very, very
That's awesome.
divine.
Great.
Yeah.